Top 10 Luxurious Cars in the World, 2021. Luxury cars are not just all for the show. They play a key part in predicting which technology will feature on your family hatchback in 10 years. Like the Mercedes S-Class. Players like the Mercedes S-Class have introduced double glazed windows, noise-canceling tech, autonomous driving systems, and remote parking, among others, into standard everyday cars. But which models are best? We've rounded up our 10 favorites here in this video. Before we start, please make sure to click the like and subscribe button and press the bell icon for regular updates. 10. MercedesAMG S65. Though soon to be overhauled, with the all-new S-Class as the base car, the mechanical makeup of the top-of-the-range performance version of the outgoing S-Class limousine hasn't changed much in more than a decade. Since this car has a leviathan of a twin-turbocharged petrol V12 that produces 621 bhp and 738 pounds-per-foot of torque, you could argue it hasn't needed to. It's an engine capable of sending a 2.25-ton, 5.3-meter-long, rear-driven limousine from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 4.2 seconds. And that's before it settled down, found its legs, and got going. Don't forget. 9. Alpina B7. If it is exclusivity you crave, do not be fooled by the BMW badge on the long bonnet of the Alpina B7. And the typical B7 price tag of close to 200,000 euros after options reflects that. As ever with Alpina, there are two sides to its version of a series production BMW model. On paper, figures of 600 bhp and 590 pounds per foot from the twin-turbocharged 4.4-liter V8 suggest the B7 functions as an out-and-out alternative to the M7 BMW won't build. In terms of performance, perhaps this is the case. The B7 benefits from considerable modifications to both its powertrain and suspension to make it not only faster than any other 7 Series, but also better handling. 8. Range Rover SV Autobiography. The modern SV Autobiography, hand-finished as it is by Land Rover at its special operations base near Coventry, is a car that's now fully 5.2 meters long and 2.6 tons in weight at its heaviest. It was conceived to take full advantage of the embryonic market for super expensive SUVs and the high regard some have for the Range Rover brand, and it does so quite effectively. Offering a choice of a petrol V8, a diesel V8, or a 4-cylinder petrol plug-in hybrid powertrain, the SV Autobiography is a strict 4-seater with lounge rear chairs, around each of which you can arrange a fold-out aluminum tray table. At the same time, a sliding panoramic sunroof contributes to the remarkable senses of light and space on board. The interior materials are more tactile and expensive than those of the standard Range Rover 2. 7. Porsche Panamera. Like the Porsche 911, the Panamera is a masterclass in evolution ahead of revolution regarding its development. While it hasn't been around anywhere near as long, it's clear that the MK2, launched in 2016, is a logical progression from its predecessor. Thankfully, that means it looks more appealing than the original. The lines have been smoothed out, yet the 911 styling cues remain, while the driving experience has been enhanced to boost its range of ability. It's just as driver-focused as before, so it's a pleasure to drive quickly, and it has a performance by the bucket load. Still, the air suspension can be switched to comfort mode at the press of a button to keep backseat occupants comfortable and unruffled. 6. Bentley Bentayga. The Bentayga has had an eventful passage through the Autocar road test evaluation process. Being the first in a barrage of 100,000 euro plus super SUVs to come to market in 2016, we first rated it highly, with a caveat or two. In W2 engined form, and then rated it higher still when Bentley introduced an Audi-sourced 4.0-liter, 429 bph turbocharged diesel V8 in 2017, which made exactly as much torque as the 12-cylinder petrol motor, but at more accessible crank speeds. Then, in 2018, amid the spreading toxicity surrounding diesel engines, Bentayga diesel from sale in Europe. With it removed from view, we considered the definitive version of the car. A V8 petrol model augmented the model range in the same year, while a plug-in hybrid arrived in 2019. There is now also the Speed, a 626 bhp, €182,000 PN to excess, before the entire range was given an update for 2020. 5. Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Goodwood's Marmite addition to the super luxury segment arrived in 2018 in response to a significant amount of Rolls-Royce customer feedback that a more daily usable, all-surface capable, family practice model would be a very welcome way to augment the firm's showroom range. The Cullinan's twin-turbo 6.7-liter V12 provides 563 horsepower and whispers quiet, lest it disturbs the VIPs in the cabin. Our testing recorded a 60-mile-per-hour time of just 4.5 seconds. Impressive for a vehicle that weighs about 3 tons. Although we suspect buyers will never venture off the tarmac and risk damaging the paint, all-wheel drive is standard. The Cullinan rides on an air suspension that receives information from a road-scanning camera and automatically adjusts the vehicle's height to compensate for imperfections in the pavement. Ride comfort is beyond the standards of regular luxury vehicles, as the Cullinan wafts down the road and transmits nothing unpleasant to the people inside. 4. Mercedes Maybach S-Class. The Mercedes Maybach S-Class is the modern standard-bearer for Daimler's Maybach super luxury brand. To judge by appearances, you'd say it was at least as much S-Class as Maybach, and that's the result of Daimler's strategic decision, taken a few years ago, to broaden the reach of the Maybach marquee by creating halo Maybach models across some of its more normal Mercedes passenger car ranges. The ultra-rare Simon Cowell spec Maybach only 57 and 62 limousines were at the same time consigned to history. The flagship S650 model 603 bhp twin-turbocharged petrol V12, though the UK will also get the 496 bhp 4.0-liter V8 S580, is barely audible. Its dedication to comfort and good manners is outstanding. At 18 centimeters longer than even the long wheelbase version of the standard S-Class, you can guarantee that even the longest-legged passengers will have space aplenty. 3. Bentley Flying Spur. For some, pulling up to a destination in a new luxury car is reward enough. But for a lucky few, nothing short of an ultra-exclusive ride like the 2021 Bentley Flying Spur will do. From its twin turbocharged engine to its opulent leather and wood-lined enclave of a cabin, the Flying Spur is built to both pamper its passengers and thrill its driver. Many buyers may choose to be chauffeured, and for a good reason. The Spur's rear seat is a relaxing retreat. All Flying Spurs come with an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic all-wheel drive and a powerful twin-turbocharged engine. A 542 horsepower V8 powers the entry-level model, but we suggest upgrading to the 626 horsepower W12 engine. With the 12-cylinder under the hood, the Flying Spur never wants power. In fact, it can show its taillights to many a top-tier sports car in a drag race. At our test track, it leaped to 60 miles per hour in just 3.5 seconds. The V8-powered model delivered an identical 3.5-second 0 to 60 mile per hour run, but the V12 is slightly quicker to 100 miles per hour and through the quarter mile. 2. Rolls-Royce Ghost. When it comes to luxury and refinement, the new Rolls-Royce Ghost delivers in spades. The relentless attention to detail has delivered a car that, according to Rolls-Royce, is the most technologically advanced it has ever produced. Only 2 parts are carried over from the previous model: the Spirit of Ecstasy that sits atop the bonnet and the umbrellas hidden within the doors. Although perhaps a little less conspicuous than its phantom sibling, the Ghost is still 5 meters long and 2.5 tons in weight, so it could hardly be called understated. Thankfully, its 6.75-liter V12 petrol engine produces 563 bhp, which allows a 0 to 62 mph time of 4.8 seconds and 155 mph top speed. 1. Rolls-Royce Phantom. The 2021 Rolls-Royce Phantom is a luxury private jet with an onboard masseuse and a Michelin-starred chef. Its imposing design blends classic Rolls-Royce cues with more modern elements to create stately curb appeal that's second to none. The cabin, especially that of the extended wheelbase model, is exceptionally spacious and extraordinarily comfortable. The finest leathers, woods, metals, and fabrics are carefully chosen to deliver a stately ambience. Of course, interior trimmings, options, and exterior colors are customizable, but those personalization options will add significant cost to the Phantom's nearly $500,000 starting price. Prodigious power is provided by a silken 563 horsepower twin-turbo V12 paired with an 8-speed automatic and rear-wheel drive. Acceleration is brisk, but Rolls-Royce claimed 5.1-second 0 to 65 mph time isn't anything you'd appreciate your chauffeur trying to replicate. It's library quiet, sensory deprivation cocoon that makes you feel like part of the royal family. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, you must press the like and subscribe button, and let us know your valuable feedback by commenting below the video.